Hey, what's up guys? Everything Apple Pro here, and iOS 14 Beta 1 is here. In this video, I'd like to take you through the biggest changes that Apple has included on iPhone and iPad. And I gotta tell you, I never expected this much. It was supposed to be a maintenance update, but we got so many features that we've been asking for the longest time, such as an app drawer, widgets, a minimized call screen, minimized Siri interface, and so much more. So exciting. I've installed it on my personal device. Honestly, been pretty stable, pretty happy with it so far. Let's get into it. So the widget rumor was true. Yes, Apple has finally included widgets that you can move around on the home screen, and there are multiple sizes to choose from. There's a different type of widget, such as the smart widget, which you can scroll through and add different widgets to. It can change depending on the time of day, and then you can actually stack widgets just by dragging one over the other. There are multiple widgets to choose from, and I'm sure Apple will be adding more as time goes on. It's so refreshing to see a feature that has been rumored for over a decade finally appearing on the iPhone. So next up is App Drawer. So if you actually hold the home screen dots, you can quickly scroll to the very end, and the last page will always be this app library or app drawer. In here, I do believe the organization is a bit cluttered, but you are able to access more of your apps in a little organized area like this, and then scroll and actually see them in this list view. This was rumored earlier too. Now the control center is ever slightly so different. Apple has now added the ability to keep home shortcuts inside of the control center. And as you can see, some of my favorites are here. Clicking on home will bring me into my favorites also. And there are two new toggles. So one is sleep mode, which I have not set up on this phone, and sound recognition. So this will actually notify you when your iPhone hears a sound that you may not hear if you're hard of hearing. And there are many to choose from. And picture in picture, a feature I never thought I'd see supported by Apple on the iPhone. So in order to access it, you do need to be in full screen, and then click on the same icon that you'd see on an iPad. You now have this little view right here. You can increase it, decrease it. It works exactly like it does on the iPad. Very intuitive, flickable. I was a little taken aback even. It works in Netflix as is right now on iOS 14. That's amazing. And Siri has a beautiful new interface. What's the weather like right now? Is this glowing orb?
It appears to be
I love it.
right now.
Now, another great thing is the info will actually pop up above. So whatever you're doing in the center, you can still see that. It's not completely intrusive. And not only does Siri have a smaller look, she's smarter too, and will pull more answers from the web where previously she did not in iOS 13. So check this out. Finally, phone calls no longer take up your entire screen, and you can actually dismiss them, go about doing what you're doing, and then get back to the call here. If you still don't want to take it, swipe up. You can keep doing what you're doing, and the person now remains waiting, not you. It doesn't hijack your entire phone experience. Finally, Apple, thank you. Now, iOS 14 will support a framework for changing the default browser app and mail app. Nothing yet for music. I'd love to change it to Spotify, but hopefully that will come. This is a great first step. I haven't seen any setting or way to turn this on just yet, but I assume in future versions of iOS 14, Apple will enable this custom browser and mail change. iOS 14 also includes a new Translate app. So in here, you can do exactly as the name suggests, translate from one language to the other directly, and it is capable of doing it on the device, but by default, it's doing it through the server. You'd have to enable that in settings if you're in an area without internet. Let's give it a try. Добро пожаловать, товарищ. Как у вас дела? Let's see if it got that right. Yeah, pretty cool. Now, Safari also includes a built-in translator. Now you'll have this option in your text field to translate, and let's see how well that works. Well, didn't get all the text, but definitely does make this German eBay website more legible. Great. Also, Safari does include a website nutrition card or tracking report. In here, you'll see how you're being tracked. It's a great step towards more privacy. Now, Maps has a number of new features. For one, guides. I wasn't able to trigger these. I don't know if this is coming in a later beta or for certain locations, but it'll basically curate you through a city, find the best places to eat, and so on, and you can add to them. So you can navigate to a certain place based on the type of car you have, in this case, electric. And there's also bicycle routing. So you'll actually be able to see the elevation, and it'll navigate in the most efficient way if you're on a bicycle. App Clips is a great idea. So it's a new feature that allows you to get a bite-sized preview of a certain app to do what you need to do without downloading the entire app. So let's say you want to rent a scooter in a foreign location, you don't have the app, but you also don't have a lot of data. This will show you a little preview of that app. You'll be able to do what that app wants you to do without downloading it. Messages have received a huge rework in iOS 14. You now have pinned conversations, so you can pin certain contacts to the top of your message list, and they have these beautiful little animations whenever a message does come in. They're a little hard to discern against the background, so I hope Apple works on that a little bit, but it's a fantastic idea. When you're actually in a group chat, you now have the ability to reply in line directly to someone. So let's say I want to reply to this user here. This person alone will get that reply, of course, considering he's on iOS 14. You can also mute notifications unless you're replied to specifically. And a fantastic change to the emoji picker, you now can search for emojis specifically. So let's say anything to do with love, you now have all these hearts here. Great, a lot more specific than just the 3 options you'd get before. So let's say thunder. Let's see what comes up here. Yeah, so very, very specific. I love it. And for one where there are many replies, such as the love query, here you can scroll and actually go through all of the emojis. So very similar to the jailbreak tweak touch bar. I love these implementations, very easy to use. And Apple has done further work to Animojis and Memojis. They've added several new emotes, such as this hug, fist bump, and blush. They've added several new Animojis and new age ranges for Memojis. So there's a new feature called wind down and sleep mode in iOS 14, which focuses on your sleep. There's even a new dedicated toggle for it in the control center, which filters notifications and it'll remind you to go to sleep at a certain time. Basically a much more fine-tuned version of bedtime. And Apple has done some work to the Home app. So for one, there's a new toolbar accessory up top, which presents you with your most used accessories and ones you might need in any given situation. And Apple has done some work to HomeKit compatible cameras, such as face recognition and activity zones with select HomeKit cameras. And some great features for vehicles, such as car key and CarPlay. Car key won't matter to most of you guys. It's starting only on the 2022 BMW 5 Series, and then whichever manufacturer decides to add it. If it's anything like CarPlay, it'll take years and years to adopt, but I'm glad it's finally available. It will also be available in 13.6. Now, CarPlay did receive backgrounds just as anticipated, and now there are several new app types such as parking, electric vehicle charging, and quick food ordering. And I have to show you these. I was not expecting them. So in accessibility, in the touch settings, scroll down, you'll see a category for back tap. So here, there are multiple presets for what happens or what may happen when you double tap the back of your phone. In this case, I have it set to control center, and a triple tap will lock my screen, which is awesome. It actually works. Something I never thought Apple would actually do, but adds a host of functionality to your device. Look at all of these things you can do, and I'm sure there will be more. Another amazing one is if you're deep in the menu system, now you can hold the back icon and be presented with this menu of all the pages you went through to get here, and then go to the original page like that. And a few other things I'd like to mention. So on iPad, the experience is all new as well. In particular, Siri on the bottom right, the interface here, much smaller, out of your way, and you still can't do anything while that's there, but it's nice that at least it's not obstructing everything. The search feature has also been rethought. It's called Universal Search. It no longer takes up your entire page here, and much cleaner. Even the setup menus on iPad all look like this. Apple has made the interface more compact, more suited to a device of this size. You don't need things to be that large. Now, as for widgets, they'll only appear here on the left side. And if you're in portrait mode, you'll actually have to swipe over to get to the page full of widgets. You can't have them mixed in with your apps like on iPhone. This may be subject to change, but at the moment, that's just how it is. And the music application on iPad has been rethought. There's this new sidebar here. Overall, the application has received a lot of love after being neglected for many years. This new sidebar here is a theme you'll see across many applications in iOS 14. And in general, the music app, it looks fantastic. This is how it's going to look with or without lyrics on the iPhone. So regardless of those, you'll have a color matched background, which is awesome. It's like color flow, the jailbreak tweak. I'm telling you, Apple's paying attention here and I love it. iOS 14 is full of these little things that here and there make the experience so much better, and we're learning new ones all the time. There's also Airpods switching between devices, so you can be connected to your iPhone, then pick up your iPad and it'll automatically switch over with a nice new interface. There's a new feature called Scribbled, where you can easily draw in any text field and it'll transcribe that. As you can see, this is very useful in particular in the Notes app. So Apple is taking handwriting a lot more seriously with iOS 14. And there's a very rough look at iOS 14. Personally, I love it. Apple added so many little things that you can only get from a jailbreak, and now they're in stock iOS in a very smooth experience. I've been using it only for 1 day and I can already tell it's gonna be mostly fine, but I'm not encouraging you guys to update it on your personal device especially. I do love the widgets. I love the picture-in-picture player. Very unexpected from Apple, but bravo. So as we learn more, I'll be posting more detailed videos. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next one. Peace.